Hello guys and welcome to MCL Season 1 round number 5 here at the Pertamina Mandalika circuit in Indonesia. Unfortunately Skydeep, when joining the session, did disconnect. That does mean for the sprint he's going to start in last position, so the latest sprint winner will start from 12th. But Hadi's used to starting from there, so I'm sure he'll be fine. But Vito is with us, just that he has muted briefly.
Yep,
so
I was on mute. Whoops. Hello.
Yeah.
I said you got the intro right this time.
Yeah, I had at the second. Take a second to make sure I knew what I was saying. So Mandalika.
Lots of track limits, yeah.
Yeah. Now you can't just go straight on, which a couple of people are doing, and that's the correct strategy because if you don't do that, and it's howling. Yeah, so you do this, you can get 3 laps. I know that from doing. Whoa, and Ali getting really onto the bumpy
Craig's
stuff, but
following close behind.
Doing this in the sprint qualifying in the real life esports, it was just me and Adriana.
Aaron's gone down trying to cut the track.
From memory, it was just me and Adriana got 3 laps, but I couldn't do it because I ran out of fuel. But anyway, so Craig, he's won 1 sprint and 1 main race, and he leads the championship by 6 points off the top of my head.
Yep.
Finley's
good to recover in the last 2 rounds from himself.
Yeah, Finley is 3rd, 7 points back, I think, and Nick Jumping is 4th, 10 points back. So it's looking like it's going to be a battle of the GP24s as well.
Craig's doing that.
Yeah, Craig backing up a little bit too much, perhaps, because it's a 1 minute 20 something lap, and they've just started now, so they are probably going to get 3 laps at this.
They are going to get 3, but he probably afford 1 crash.
Yeah, you just want to get the first lap. Mandalika's really bad with track limits as well, so it makes the first lap all more tense.
The first 4 on track are the only ones who are going to get a possible 4 laps though.
Yes, because it's a 1:26 lap time probably.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the person at the front of that next pack, but they can't crash, and they have to be in the 1:26s, which I do expect the whole lap to be.
No, I'm expecting mid 26 maybe.
From what I've seen, I would say, because it's a 5-minute qualifier, I'm going to say 26.8.
Yeah, so I think probably if it's a normal quality session, probably would have the mid 26s, but
only 5 minutes for these guys.
You don't know if somebody could just pull out a really good banker lap. You know, it is hard because you're riding within just making sure you can just set a lap. Because we saw last week, they had 14 riders and only 7 actually completed the lap. Boosting Nick Jumping, not setting lap times, so they're on course to start the back with Hadith. So here comes Craig, he rounds the final corner. He will go net pole, but will he hold on to it? Cross the line, Jack Berman.
Up.
Yeah, but he's all the way in there. Finley goes 2nd. He's just about to go for the hairpin now, so I'm trying to find out who is going for the hairpin currently. Somebody's gone down, that's boosted. I'm still struggling to find out. It's Q Gamer and
Craig's already run
Lewis.
Straight on at the first sector.
So here comes Lewis up to the line, and he goes 4th. Q Gamer goes 5th. Jack Berman goes 2nd. Finley red sector 1. Nice over the curb, but he's had I think the front just tucked a little bit then through turn 8. So I think he would have lost time.
Jack right on the limit through turn 2 there. Just about clipping the curb perfectly. He's on a red sector 1. He looks like he's on a really good sector 1 now, so definitely watch out towards the end of this lap.
Well, Finley nice through turn 11, now into turn 12. Does he use more inside curb? Yeah, he does, but probably not the right part of it. So he just pushed him out a bit wide. And he has lost time in the 3rd sector, so he's going to have to find something. Meanwhile, his brother, 2 red sectors. So he lost the time in the 2nd and the last sector last time round, as he's taken a bit of a wider line through turn 11. But he's nailed turn 12.
Oh, Nick lost the front of the final corner. He is going to get another lap, but not a perfect run up to the line. He's on for a not so great qualifying here. He needs to make this last lap count.
Nick
Jack.
he just crossed the line though, crucially.
Yeah. Jack, as expected on a third red sector, I'm expecting him to go pole here. I watched the first sector of the lap and it looked very, very strong.
Round the final corner, using a little bit of inside curb. Right device, Lewis goes into 5th. Kugama goes 6th. Jack goes to the top. Howling red sector 1.
Howling on a red sector 1. Sure.
Oh, he's invalidated. It's only 27 too, so these guys, I know Howling's capable of 26s, Aaron's capable of 26s.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people.
Well, Touch is probably going to the next one to cross the line. Doesn't look like the greatest of exits out the final corner. Lots of wheelie. We go 6th nonetheless, and it's only Nick and Craig left. Craig, personal best through the 3rd sector.
No lap by 3 riders as well.
Yeah, it does seem that Craig is stronger in the final sector, so can he nab pole from his teammate and championship rival? Here he goes. Oh, he doesn't.
And Nick, he didn't get the best one up to the line. Start on the lap. But a lap nevertheless, and it should put him, I'd imagine, on
You'd think minimum 5th.
Yeah.
If it's normal pace. It's gone 4th.
Jumps Howling by a few thousandths.
So it's Jack Berman on pole, Craig in 2nd, Finley 3rd, and Nick jumping in 4th. So he top 4 in the championship on the top 4 of the grid. Howling's 5th, Lewis 6th, Touch 7th, Q-Gamer 8th, Aaron 9th, Amir 10th, Boosted 11th, and Hadith in 12th.
Yeah, we need to restart the lobby. Wait, yeah, it's Hadith. Oh, Hadith will actually be in 10th because there's a gap, you see.
Okay.
So he'll be put into 10th. Right, let's see what the weather does.
And it's sunny.
Then no sprint, rain race. Right, let's restart this lobby.
And the sprint race is only going to be 5 laps off the top of my head, isn't it?
Yes. Very
because the race distance isn't exactly correct.
Yep. Didn't notice as well, but Amir's been given a long lap penalty in qualifying.
Yeah, he was in for impeding.
Be removed, so we'd have to restart anyway.
So he's, despite not even being on the circuit, has managed to apparently be given the win in this race.
Yeah, so Hadith wasn't even in the session and he's already picked up a P10. So that's something. So they've got the clear weather. I'm sure they'll be pleased. So brighter. Right, I think that's all good. Let's get going.
So the past 2 rounds have gone in Craig's favour. Jack's gone from having a 16-point lead, and it's swung the other way now to being 6 behind. So it's going to be interesting.
It's time for the Pramac boys to maybe turn up.
Finley the only one of the top 3 yet to take a victory.
Yeah,
but at the same time, Finley does have the most podiums out of anybody on the grid, so that's why he is in 3rd place. Also in the main races, Craig has finished 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Finley's finished 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So
Someone who has been good in the sprint races as well is Nick. So there's something to look out for in this race. His pace is good, and he's finished top 4 in every single sprint race, which is the best of any rider on the grid.
I do believe
up that, but he finished 5th last round.
Yeah, I do think Nick has the lead in the sprint standings off the top of my head.
He's good in the sprints. Let's see if he can maybe turn this race into a win. It's definitely not impossible. And there'll be some penalties to go out in the main race, which Nick is one of them. Let's wait for the riders to ready up. We've got 12 on the grid today, missing 2. Or 3 actually, but we've got Wildcard in touch. He's qualified 7th, so a good qualifying for him. He'll be looking to try and maybe take a top 5 in this race, see what he can do.
So we don't have Karen this week, so
yeah,
we actually might start quite early, yeah.
On time.
Here we go.
Yeah, ready. That was about less than a minute. Record timing. Clear skies in Lombok. Let's see who can get the whole shot into turn 1. It's Jack on pole, Craig in 2nd, and Finley 3rd.
Yeah. Watch out for me to Heath. He's starting on the 3rd grid, but he has notoriously good starts, so and it's quite a long run. So don't be surprised if he is fighting for the front positions when we get to the braking zone. Long old wait, and we're off. And Craig gets an absolute flying launch, and I think that's Nick jumping as well on the inside. Yep. Into turn 1. And all is well. And Craig has held off Nick around the outside and holds the lead. Nick's second, Jack's 3rd. Lewis is 4th. No, Jack's made contact with Lewis and he's gone down. Oh my god. And touch has been collected as well. Meanwhile, Nick jumping takes the lead briefly, but Craig retakes the position back at turn 5 into turn 6. And now we're going to approach turn 7, 8 and 9. And this is where the warnings can just creep up.
The last few rounds has been horrible. I mean, that is just such an unfortunate incident. And Lewis has been given a long lap for something.
That would be for possibly being given be awarded for the contact with Jack that caused Jack to go down.
Howland goes in prime position right behind all these GP24s.
Yep. Well, Nick Dunn making a small mistake. They're just going a little bit wide on exit. And he comes up the inside into the chicane. Oh, did make contact.
Goodness.
And Q-Game has gone down.
They're letting Craig get away here. And
it's
Nick
just like
is fighting.
It's like Indianapolis all over again.
Yep. Oh, it's Howland trying to stick his nose in, and he's going to get Finley as well.
Going to take a deep dive to the line, going up the inside of his team, and he can't quite do so, but does defend from the Monster Energy Yamaha. His booster's gone. Oh, boosted it! Oh, that might be a red flag.
Red flag! Oh my god! I didn't see what happened, but a red flag.
Boosted went down, and 2 riders smacked into the back.
Well, unfortunately for Craig, he got a perfect start, and the red flag.
And Jack's been promoted to 5th. Apparently. I don't know how that's possible.
It's based off. I don't know what that's based off, but he's been.
Jack and Dutch have just gone to 5th and 6th.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but they'll be very pleased. And Lewis is down to 12th. Wait, did Lewis crash? No, wait. How is Lewis in 12th?
Who knows?
He was in like 5th or 6th, right?
I don't know.
Maybe it was a long lap, but I don't.
Well, let's see what happens anyway.
Yeah, the grid doesn't look right. So whoever's been misplaced, that's quite unfortunate.
Right, so
just waiting for Howling.
Yeah, so we got past the danger point of the first sector, but I don't know how it happened because the last corner is not a corner you usually crash on. So
no, I mean my guess is they can't be in contact because Boosted crashed on his own.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Boosted must have eyesight and his bike just got in the way of 2 other people.
Yeah, can happen. Just waiting for Howling. He's taking his time. Teammate can't be the happiest. He's spamming ready, and we're ready to go.
So they're now going to be 4 laps. So if this race could be the shorter of the season, it's going to be even shorter now.
Yeah.
So Jack's been given one hell of a lifeline here.
I don't know how that works, but the game's obviously determined it in some way. And Hadid's
Oh no, hang on, wait. Well. Yeah, Lord knows, I think this grid's completely wrong.
Well.
But anyway, we're off again. And I think Nick Jumping's got the best launch out of all of them as we head towards turn 1 for the second time. Now Nick Jumping takes the lead, he's going to run wide, and Craig retakes first position, and Finley's going to move into second place. Finley's going to get the inside line, but he can't quite make it stick. Oh, there's lots of contact everywhere, and Howley's been nudged wide, and I think he's going to drop down to 7th place. Meanwhile, Craig remains in front, and Jack, crucially, is into 3rd place. And lots of battling going on behind. I think that's...
And Nick's been given a long lap as well.
Wow.
I don't know what that's all about, but we'll have to see at the end.
Oh, look at Howling going sideways behind Nick Jumping there, just getting in front of his teammate.
Finley's wide, Jack's going to get underneath him.
So Jack's gone from being right at the back, scoring no points, to a red flag coming out, and he's... Oh, in a minute, hits the back of his teammate. Oh, boosted!
Oh my god.
That was almost another red flag. But thankfully, he only boost... Oh, it loses down as well. There's absolute carnage in the back end of this circuit. Oh, Nick Jumping, look up the inside of Finley. But look at Howling, look up the inside of Nick as well. Oh wow.
Hey, that was very aggressive.
Howling hogging the inside. Whoa!
A massive high side for Howling at the final corner.
I've got to think he must have accidentally shifted down to 1st gear there. That's the only way that could be physically possible.
Crazy.
That's like he just turning. That's like he's on a really cold tyre, but you can't really on a cold rear tyre around here. So he must have accidentally just shifted down from 3rd to 1st gear, and the bike's just shot him to the moon.
Very weird. We could be on for a 4-way battle at the front here. Nick's definitely catching back up to these guys.
But he does have a long lap.
Slow, but I think Jack's. I think he looks like he's got a bit more pace at the moment. We'll have to see what happens.
I mean, for championship purposes, hopefully he goes Nick, Finley, Jack, Craig.
Well, Nick's got a long lap. I mean, it might be removed if he's been given it for no reason.
Oh, and Nick's got the run on Finley through the chicane section.
Oh, Finley's outbraking himself, surely. Yeah.
Yep. And that's going to be Nick. Swiftly through into 3rd place. So Finley just making a couple of mistakes at turn 10, maybe getting caught up by the slipstream. And meanwhile, Craig has now pulled the gap out just to under half a second.
Oh, we've made a mistake at the inside curve there. It's going to set us run up a little bit wrong. And yeah, Jack gains us a couple of temps. One laps to go when they cross the line. Jack has gained him massively in that final penultimate corner. And yeah, he's gaining.
And now we get the slipstream.
Mistake. Pressure's rising.
Amir's gone down again. So penultimate lap.
We know Amir starts, and if he does start on pole for the main race.
Because of what he did in India. So far, Craig's just doing enough. He's had a fair share of last lap battles, and Finley's moved into 3rd place. I think Nick Jumping's taking his long lap penalty.
4 warnings, by the way.
Yeah, track limits are so hard to come by, as so easy to get, I should say.
None.
Yeah, Craig's riding just perfectly here in terms of.
Oh, I reckon he's have to lift off there. Yeah, he's very subconscious now of his warnings, and he's through there he didn't want to get a warning.
Craig just made it a tiny bit wide through turn 10.
That's not gain time, but the Pramacs, they're just falling short at the moment.
Whoa! Well, they just take his long laps, that's why. Oh, and that's 2 warnings.
2 warnings in 1.
Yeah, there you go. That's the thing, man, like, you can make 1 mistake and that can cause you to get 2 warnings. And Craig's really wide at the chicane as well. So Jack's now within 3 temps.
And after this, there'll be 1 more lap, and Jack definitely seems more stronger in this penultimate corner. You can see how much time he's gaining. Look at that. Massive time gain. He's right on the back of them already. Oh my god.
Right, slipstream, can he... Craig's just got a really good exit, and Jack's not going to be close enough to make an overtake into turn 1. It's going to have to be a mistake from Craig, I believe, and he might have just done that.
Jack cannot make a mistake because obviously this warnings will just tip him over
to a
long lap. Wide from Craig again. Jack, oh my god.
Oh, that was close.
He's really taking risk. He loses time. I think, yeah, you can tell Craig's much better in this first part of the track.
Yeah, well, you can afford to take liberties. Jack can't, so that
Yeah.
just naturally sets you a bit off. Jack's staying away from the curves at all costs, and that's just cost him 2 tenths or so. So all Craig's got to do now is just a nice, calm couple of last sectors, and he will be victorious and take his second sprint victory of the season. But crucially,
P5 as well. He's coming through the field.
And Touch in 6th, so Touch could be on for his first points of the season if he can stay on. And Howland, despite his crash, is still he's just dropped to 9th. But it's looking like victory is going to go the way of the championship leader.
Look at the time gain from Jack in this penultimate corner again. So much time gained.
And through the final corner, it's a Ducati 1-2.
Look at that.
And Craig is your victor. Finley picks up another podium in the sprint in 3rd place. Nick's 4th. Skydie, assuming he's taken his long lap, has finished 5th from the back of the grid. Touch is 6th. Q-Game is 7th. Howling out-dragged Aaron to 8th. Lewis is in 10th. Bruce is 11th after his crash with Amir Tifa at the start. And Amir rounds out the field in last place. So Amir will start last.
Start on pole, and we know his starts. He could get.
And if he can just get away, get a good start, get away like he did in India, he can easily win the race. So we have official confirmation. Current results from the sprint: Craig is your victor, Jack 2nd, Finley 3rd, and Nick jumping in 4th. Skydive takes 5th ahead of Touchable, takes his first points of the season in 6th. Q Gamer 7th, Howling 8th, Aaron takes the final points in 9th, Lewis is 10th, Boosters is 11th, and Amir rounds out the field in 12th place and will crucially start the feature race from pole position.
Yep. So just something to look at before I resume it. Look at the fastest lap differences. You can see what an advantage Craig and Jack have. Nick obviously fairly close well, but they've got quite a big advantage on the rest of the field with their fastest lap. Also, Howling having a pretty quick lap as well, so something to look out for in the main race too.
Yeah, it could be a Yamaha 1-2 if things go their way.
So, maybe a change of weather in the main race. We'll have to see.
They'll be praying for just normal weather, I presume.
Right. So, hold on. Amir will be on pole. With boosted in a second. Then Lewis. Right, I think we're ready.
Yep.
Let's get going.
So just and it's cloudy. So just quickly doing the championship standings. Craig leads by 8. Then he's 11 ahead of Finley and 14 ahead of Nick. So should he finish on the podium, he'll leave as championship leader.
Yeah, they're lucky they've got no rain here. It's definitely one of the notorious tracks of rain, but they've escaped it.
So the start's going to be important as ever. And we saw last week, if you're a front runner who starts at the front in the main race and all your rivals start at the back, and you get a bit lucky with some battling, you do have the chance to pull away. So, let's see if Amir can do it twice over, or somebody else. We saw Howling had decent pace, only 4 cents off the fastest lap, despite the fact that I presume he must have been battling at some stages. So, we'll see who, if anybody can stop any of the catches.
If leading to turn 2, I'll be shocked.
Yeah. The only way that doesn't happen, in my opinion, is if somebody sends it into turn 1.
That has happened last round. I won't name. Well, we've got penalties. I need to get the penalties up. Who's got some penalty? So we have got Jack. He's got a long lap. I think it might just be Finley, Jack, and Nick. Right? I think so. Before I start the race, I'm just going to check. And yeah, I think. Yeah, it's just those 3.
Right.
So, Nick, Jack, and Finley all have a long lap.
So in theory, Craig.
Not too bad.
In theory, Craig should pull away in the championship by some amount of points.
But anything can happen. As proved multiple times.
So here we go. The lights are on. 10 laps ahead of us in this next race, and we're off. And Namir Tifa once again getting a fantastic launch off the line. He's already got about 2 tenths over boosted. That's quickly coming down. Boosted in the slipstream into turn 1. Oh, it's quite tight. And there's that Pramac. That's Nick jumping, moving straight into 3rd place off the start. Fantastic stuff there by the German. And Lewis hitting the back of Amir. Nick jumping, sending up the inside of Lewis into turn 3, and Nick Jump is already up into 2nd place. Fantastic start for the Prima Pratt Racing Ducati rider.
Oh my god.
Boost is in 3rd, Aaron's 4th. Oh, Lewis and Q gone down.
God. I don't know how Craig didn't crash then. He got really lucky. He ran straight into a bike and somehow avoided death.
Boosted and Aaron side by side through the chicane as they head towards the braking turn of turn 10. And Howling's now moved to the 3rd place. Whoa, and lots of people running wide. Jack's one of them. Oh, Nick Jump is going up the inside of Amir to Heifer into turn 11, but he just can't quite. His boost has gone down.
By boosted, but he's not crashed somehow.
Drama going on everywhere. And Nick Jump looking up the inside of Amir to Heifer, but he just can't quite get through, and boost is down again. Meanwhile, Jack's dropped down to 9th. Craig is in 6th. Scratch that. Craig's now down to 8th. Touch moves into 7th place.
There's chaos. Look at Hadith at the final corner with Aaron.
Yeah.
Almost.
And meanwhile, Amir Heaver's dropped to 2nd. Nick Jumping's gone from, was it 9th to 1st?
He's got a long lap to serve. Now, is he going to do it on this lap?
He hasn't been given it yet.
Yep. I need to do it now. So, Nick. You got
Jack and Finley.
And then you've got.
So we all have a Yamaha 1-2 currently. But for how long?
Jack's got 2 long laps as well.
So he's not going.
Finley takes his long lap. Only one of the 3 to do so, and he has served it. Nick, oh, sorry, I was looking at Nick. Did Nick serve his long lap?
No, Craig's into 6th, but Craig's
probably the
now.
Smart thing to do because he should be able to put a gap, considering.
He's probably going to have to leave it as late as possible. Meanwhile, you got Jack in touch behind Craig, and Jack needs to try and. I think he needs to get in front of Craig if he can and disturb his rhythm as much as possible. Because you got to think Craig's at least going to finish on the podium here as he touches the inside curve in the front, just falls a little bit, but it hasn't fully gone.
So then, long laps galore already, 5 already given out to the riders. 2 for Jack, which is definitely not going to have his championship pause.
In terms of warnings for a few riders, already on 3 or 2 warnings. Boosted's on 4. Oh, now Deep's looking up the inside of Aaron. He just can't quite get through.
Craig with the fastest lap. He's got a little
Aaron having a big lock up on the rear into turn 1. And I think that might allow Hadith through. It does, but he's running really, really wide.
Extremely wide.
And Jack's taking his first long lap. Oh, Dutch has gone down, he's hit the curb.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And Craig's now moved into 5th place. And Howling is all over the back of his teammate Amir through turn 7. Around outside at turn 8, which turns on the inside of turn 9 and will be the inside of turn 10.
Nick's going to have one more lap to serve his long lap, and you'd think now, with the gap you have by the time he gets to it next lap, he should have enough space to take it.
And Howling is finally through on his teammate and he moves into 2nd place. So he gets 1.3 seconds to Nick jumping, who does have to take his long lap penalty. As Amir Heath is not... Amir wants to be the top Yamaha as he has been for most of the season. And all this battle is just allowing Nick to get away and possibly will lead after his long lap, unless he messes it up. But Howling up leads out of Amir, and Amir's chopping his nose off, but Amir's going to run wide.
They should stop battling, because Nick's got to serve his long lap, and if he does, they have a chance to be in front, but they're battling way too hard right now.
Yeah, and look at Aaron almost overtaking Howling as well, but Howling's got a really good exit. He hits the back, he got such a good exit at the back of his teammate. So they go side by side once again, heading towards turn 1. They start lap number 4, hard on the brakes.
Craig's going to go for a move on Aaron. He's
and Howling's down!
Oh, Howling's gone down!
He hit the back of Amir, it was just going to happen.
And Aaron's going to send it back on Craig. Trying to go round the outside of him. Nick's in the long lap. Is Amir Teeth going to take the lead of the race? So he does. How long is he going to hold it for though? Not very long.
Yeah, you got to think.
Matter of seconds. He's going to try and go for it again. He runs straight into the side of him. Full aggression. As Amir's wide, Nick's going to have the line. Tries to go around the outside and he completes the move.
Is Craig going to go up the inside of Aaron? Aaron's going to round the outside of Amir, but he's going to run wide.
Oh no! That was mega aggression there. And they've all somehow stayed on. It's all 4 of them battling super hard.
Oh,
right
Craig's down!
No, he's gone down! No way.
All this battling, and it's just causing carnage for people. Oh, and now Howling gets back in front of Craig. So it's all going on.
Happening?
And Finley and his brother are fighting. Finley and Jack side by side and they exit the chicane. And Jack's now moved into 5th place. I don't know if he's taken both long laps.
He should still have another lap for his next long lap, or maybe 2. Might only have 1 though. He got out on the first lap.
So it's absolute carnage, but Nick
it's
jumping.
Side by side at the front.
Into turn 1. Nick's going to have the inside line when he's going to come underneath the Italian. Contact. There's lots of contact around this track. And I think Nick might just be safe, or will he, because he's round wide at the chicane. I mean,
he's got a good line.
Well, it's just at the wrong part of the
curve.
curve.
Run it. Craig's been given a long lap as well.
The track limits, it seems.
When was the last time Aaron got a podium?
A long time ago. I don't know if he's had one in D1, in a Division 1 sense. It's been a while anyway.
Has he even got one in D1? I don't think he has.
At minimum, it would be whenever he last won in Division 2 when he won the championship.
Yeah. So then, the long-awaited podium may be on the cards here. He's just got to keep it going for another 5 laps. And the win, to be honest, the win's still on. He's within a second of Nick here.
And Nick's got 3 warnings. Amir's got, well, Aaron's got, so all the top 3 have got 3 or more warnings. So they could be on for another set of long lap penalties.
And Hadif's just hanging in there. Finley's got a long lap. Unless he served his long lap.
Oh, Finley must have made a mistake or something because he's dropped behind Howling now. He was right behind. He was with his brother. Now he's dropped behind him, and Howling's got up the inside of Finley. The last corner. 2 go side by side. They've both completely ruined each other's runs down the straight.
And Mid-Heath is not letting Nick go here.
Oh, gosh. And Howling's got the better of Finley.
Oh, Aaron's gone down at turn 2!
Oh.
On the inside curve. The bike's in the track and somehow no one's hit it. That was so unfortunate. He's having such a good race and that turn 2. Just
the moment his name was mentioned as well. He'll be claiming on a commentator's curse for that one. So there's been battles all up and down the order, and Lewis isn't really being dropped here by Craig currently.
No. Who's after? That's Finley.
That's Finley, yeah.
Miles back, I'll give him a warning for that.
Finley does seem to be struggling with turn 10.
Yeah. So then Craig, he's leading the championship, but he's losing the fair. Always Lewis runs really wide at the penultimate corner.
Yeah, he ran onto the outside curb, I think. Now I'm going to state what I said before. Craig has finished every single position inside the top 4 in a feature race. He's yet to finish P5. Finley has finished. Oh, Cummins gone down again. Finley's finished 2nd to 5th. So if things can go the way they can, Craig is going to finish 5th and Finley's going to finish 6th. If things are going to go that way. Well, we'll wait and see. It's been looking over the inside of Howling into turn 3, but he just couldn't quite make it stick.
The way things are now, this championship is going to turn absolutely on its head.
Yeah.
It's going to be so. The top 4 might be less than 10 points.
It depends on possibly Finley and Craig, because Craig is 11 points ahead of Finley, so Finley's got to stay in front of Craig to remain at least a 10 points gap, and he forced his way underneath Howling at turn 10. He's been struggling at turn 10 all day.
And now Craig's going for it.
Oh, there's no way that worked.
Oh. That was a little bit rushed.
Yeah, and Craig's been forced to the outside curb, and Howling.
And now Howling's going to go for a move up the inside.
You don't have to give Howling a second invitation.
And he's got the move done.
Well, Craig's going to instantly fight back.
Craig just runs straight through. He's going to go around
and
the outside of him. No way he sticks this.
Yes.
Craig just goes straight into the side.
Yeah, Howling just kept leaning, but is Howling going to send it to the last corner?
Oh, of course he is.
Touch has gone. Yeah, sent up the inside and it's gone through.
That you're never going to make that work. I mean, he did make it work, but that's
just, it was on the limit.
And Craig been given a 3-second penalty.
Oh, so he's probably not taking his long lap in.
Oh, he's gone down.
Protest, and he's gone down. Howling and Craig again, making contact. These two are just bashing bars. They both want 6th. Well, not want 6th place, obviously better, but they want the best position possible, and they are fighting tooth and nail for these places. And meanwhile, Finley and Craig are in, not the right positions yet, but so Jack's on the podium, so Jack is going to close in the championship lead of Craig, and with Craig getting a long lap, provisionally that will drop him down to 9th. So we could have a new championship leader, potentially. Oh, and Craig makes a big mistake at the end of the exit of turn 10 and finally smacks into the back of him. Meanwhile, at the front, Nick Jumpy's pulled out 2.5 seconds over Amir Tahifa. So Amir currently on for 2 consecutive second places in the main race after having a really poor sprint race. Meanwhile, Aaron holding on to that 4th place. All Finley's at the inside curve, that's throwing him really wide.
He's really wide, he's really going to turn it on Craig! Oh!
And Craig, somehow they've both got off okay.
How on earth has he not gone down? I will not... That is
Howling,
yeah.
Alan was way too aggressive there.
Yeah, that's just poor. He's gone for that about 3 times now, and it's far too aggressive.
And that's caused Finley to drop down to 7th.
Yeah, that's not good enough. Needs to be more careful in that situation.
And Finley's been given a long lap penalty for... I'm assuming he's been given a long lap penalty for, I guess, causing the collision with Howland, but I can't see how that can be given. Don't necessarily think that was his fault, but... Ooh, Aaron having a big bobble through turn 7.
Finley's one warning away from a long lap as well.
It's all getting tight here. It's pretty safe for Nick out front. Can Jack close in enough on Amir Tahifa in his past lap to have a go at 2nd place? As it stands, Craig will still drop to about 8th place.
Yep.
And Aaron is making himself as wide as possible to try and hold off Craig. But Craig finally finds a way through. But he's got to run the inside curve. He's going to run wide. Brilliant move by Jack there. To force, he knew he'd force Craig wide, and he's gone back into 4th, only momentarily though. But he's going to get the better run than Craig out the final corner, surely. And I think he might be able to just out drag him.
Here we go then.
He's going to use the slipstream to
Getting
pull to the
slipstream.
inside.
He's going to get it.
So here we go, final lap then.
He's not late on the brakes.
Okay, he's lost the front. He was pushing, you could tell. He definitely wanted that top 4 finish, but he just couldn't get the Aprilia stopped. And Howland's gone down at the final at the first corner. That's a disastrous end to what could have been a very prosperous weekend. Meanwhile, Nick Jumping's lost a second on this past lap. So I'm thinking
he's on
even
4 warnings. He's probably a bit conscious.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Jack's just, I think, going to run out of time to pass Amir. Or have a go at Amir.
Lose half a second here on this final lap to Craig. And that gap is actually going up.
Well, Jack's now 1 warning away from another long lap himself. So everyone in the top 5 is on 4 warnings. Jack's completely blown the chicane. So's Craig as well. The front tyres are a bit of a mess at this point, even though the scaling of the tyre was a bit wrong. But Nick Jumping, he had a fantastic start, and it's pretty much been his since the word go. He rounds the final corner, and he's going to take his second main race victory of the season, and he's put himself right in the championship hunt.
Yeah, well done. It's closed in a solid 7 points on Craig, that.
Yeah. Finley will pick up 4th place, and Craig will take 5th currently. As Lewis is 6th, Sky Deef 7th, Aaron in 8th, Howling having a howler in 9th, and Q Gamers 10th, with Boosted rounding out the field in 11th. Well, that's fair to say, the first 5 races of the season, and there's not been anything short of drama.
Let's see what the penalties actually change people to, because there's still more a couple changes. And it says that Craig's still in 4th, but he should go down to 5th, right? Oh no, wait, no, that is correct, I think.
That depends if Finley actually had a long lap.
It's Finley.
They didn't say Finley. They said Finley didn't have a long lap.
Finley did his long lap though, right?
Yes, I think that's another glitch again. Because it would have come up with the exclamation mark. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. But as it stands, I'm 99% sure this won't stick. Nick Jumping is your winner. Namita Heath for 2nd, and Jack Berman's 3rd. I think all we can say is that's pretty much confirmed. Craig is 4th, Lewis is 5th, Finley 6th, Aaron 7th, Haddy 8th, Howling 9th, Q Gamer 10th, and Boosted in 11th. Oh, I know, it's because Finley got the lone lap into it from Howling. Howling's crash, so he probably hasn't taken it.
Ah, well that's
where it's probably come from.
Anyway. Right, Craig's requested an interview, but we've still got Jack and Nick as well. So, and obviously Amir probably won't. So if you want to do the 3 of them.
Yeah, we'll go with Jack, and then Craig will take Amir's spot.
Okay. Do you want to do Jack?
Yeah. Right. So Jack, 2 podium places today, quite hard for races in both of them. Currently as it stands, the championship gap stays, I think, at 6 points, so nothing lost, nothing gained. That might change though, depending, but how would you sum up today's events?
Mixed emotions, I think. I actually didn't do that much practice again for this weekend, which is my fault. But I had decent pace. I think I was one of the quickest. But all that pace wasn't as quick as it should have been in the qualifying session and the main race. But in the sprint race, I had a good start, but then Lewis took me out, and then my bike, and then my bike kept on rolling for ages, and then it was just a nightmare. And then the red flag come out, luckily. Yeah, I had a good start again, but I was just behind the Craig and I had 4 warnings, so I didn't want to get a long lap. So I had to be careful, but I was closing on him. So if I didn't have a full warning, I probably could have got Craig, so I would have took more risk in some of the areas of the track. But then in the main race, I had a good start, but then I was getting bumped around and everything, and then I went off track, and then come back on track, and then Boosted crashed in front of me, and then hit his bike, and then I got a long lap for that, and then I had to take 2 long laps, and then just had to do the best I can. I had to overtake Hadith as well, which is I was stuck behind him for about a lap, which took a bit of time. But yeah, when I was in third, I didn't really want to push that much more because my front tyre was destroyed. But yeah, I think I could have done better than third today. I think I could have won. But it's I didn't lose any points to Craig, which is good. And yeah, hopefully I can start getting some better luck because I don't really have that good luck this weekend because I had long laps and all that. And yeah, but hopefully I can start winning races again and being back at the top.
Yeah, so well done. You just about hold second place in the championship. I think the points have to stay quite similar in a weird way. So maybe a couple of people have swapped round. But yeah, well done, and let's see what the second half of the season brings.
Thank you.
Right, and we move on to our 4th place finisher today, which is in Craig. You picked up a long lap. Today, which it didn't affect your position, but you seem to have a few struggles out there and a few moments. It looked like a difficult race for you. It's some good pace. You rode solid, but yeah, there's just some errors in there and a few unfortunate crashes. And unfortunately, you wasn't able to get on the podium today. But you shouldn't have lost out any points in the championship to your closest rival. So how do you feel after today?
I'm happy with my performance and obviously the sprint and the main. Just you know, I feel like no names. Some people are a bit eager at trying to lead the race as well at the start. It's been like this for a few weeks. I know I've been a bit, you know, aggressive and whatnot, but I'm not punting people out of the way. I'm like rubbing up the inside. But I think today some people are just quite eager to stay in front and, you know, wouldn't let the position go and just follow and try and make a move different places back. Bit disappointed obviously being caught up in I made contact with Nick's rear wheel with my front. Couldn't do anything about it, but I tried. Literally the corner before I crashed, I wanted to stay away from what 2 or 3. I can't remember if it was a 2-3 way battle before I joined in. I just tried staying clear, and then unfortunately, as soon as I thought that, I went down and then trying to attack back to get to the front as quick as possible. I was just picking up warnings from petty stuff, but you know, can't argue that anyway. I tried my best today. I actually was hoping to get a podium again today in the sprint, in the main, sorry. But we'll take a P4. Well done to Jack and Amir and Nick.
Yep, you've kept up your run. Your worst result is still 5th from last week, so you've still finished in the top 5 every single round, which is the best of any rider so far. So well done.
Thank you.
So we now move on to the race victor, as I try and find him on here. Nick Jumping. So Nick, your second victory in 3 races. I believe you now move into 3rd in the championship as it stands. So how does it feel to be back on the top step? Yeah, so congratulations. I think you're now 7 points behind Craig, so it's getting quite close into the second half of the season, so well done. So that's it for the first 5 rounds of MCL, and I've thought it's been very good. Now, every race has been dramatic in one sense or another, and this championship, it doesn't look that well. It's looking certain between 4 riders, but so far it's looking it's going to be in red, but the purple bikes are creeping up as the red bikes maybe get a bit unlucky or get a bit tangled up.
Yeah.
But you know, let's see what happens.
An interesting round next week in Saxon Ring. Definitely, it's a tight and twisty track. And last time we went there, Jack was the winner. So maybe it's a track you can gain in points. But yeah, I think Saxon will be a good track, an interesting track, and I think it can spark some stuff with definitely how tight and technical it is.
Yeah, and it is difficult to overtake there, but what we have seen is that the riders, even if overtaking is notoriously difficult, they make it their best to open any doors they can. So hopefully it will be within the right boundaries, because we don't want people getting sent, because there's no real green area. So hopefully people aren't sent off to the gravel or the grass, but we'll see.
Yep.
But anyway, that's been it, and hope you enjoyed, and we're back next week at the Saxon Ring. Goodbye.